All right, we're back on track with the live feed, and then I'm gonna place it.
So I don't know if you heard that, but the watercolor is very concentrated, so you still want that a little bit more. What are you doing, Pat?
We're going to do a kind of abstract color field.
Thank you for joining us. We're going back and forth on Zoom and Facebook. So keep on watching. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so perfect example of why you take on sides. You can see a little bit more.
Oh, we're going to do watercolor. Let me get your shot.
Spray your paper with the water first. So it'll be about white. Does everyone have some liquid watercolor? Think I got everyone? And everyone should have a brush.
Are we wetting the paper?
Yes.
Okay.
Please go ahead and lightly, miss. Not too, not too crazy.
Spraying or brushing?
Just spray. Go ahead and. Sorry.
So when we're doing this watercolor, as you can see here, Brittany has lightly sprayed.
You might have to
Misted
change
the water, the paper. So that
Oh,
the
yes. Sorry. I'm gonna fix a little bit the angle. You see, I have my watercolor paper taped onto the board. And I have some cups. So I've prepared some cups of the liquid watercolor. And I've instructed my students to spray mist their paper.
If you switch between Zoom and Facebook, you will get a up-close tutorial on the Facebook live stream as Kat will be streaming.
And I have my water cup and a nice big brush. So I already sprayed my paper. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll be using a combination of the liquid watercolor and some of the watercolor palette. So just this is where you kind of let loose and kind of be creative and let the water flow. Like the liquid watercolor you'll see will behave a lot differently than the traditional palettes. So I'm just gonna let the colors flow and really not have a plan. So use a lot of water when you load the brush, and use your lots of color. So keep it, and keep it flowing, and try to really load that color onto the brush. So that's going to make the most dramatic effect and really show up when we do the popsicle grab. It's really fun. And you can go back over what you've done. And try to watch out not too much water. I'm kind of going a little overboard with the water here, so I'm just gonna mix. You can mix up some of the dye too.
Well, we should have done a tech run with this thing because this thing is.
It's old.
So I'm using. There you go. All right. So kind of a. And I'm gonna go back in with some. I'm gonna get some more of this purple here. Kind of just add it on.
She taped down all sides, but it's still working.
Okay.
It'll flatten out when it dries.
Yeah.
It'll flatten out.
And I can also get you another board. All right, once you have all the water and all of your colors on your paper, get the plastic wrap and put it on top. And then make sure you can kind of play with it too, kind of crinkle it up, and try to make a lot of little ridges and valleys and play with it and try to really, and sometimes I like to go back and lift up and add more color. That should be good. Yeah, I think it's good. And you can drop some water, more color.
While you're up, Kat, can you have me do saran wrap?
Yes, I need one.
We logged off for a minute.
Recording in progress.
Sorry, we briefly logged off for a minute. Internets, but you can see the texture there. This technique using the saran wrap also works really well if you want to create ridges on your mountains. So let's say you're doing a landscape and you have some mountaintops, you can create those mountain ridges. You can also create those little ripples in the waves if you're doing an ocean scene. So saran wrap is a really good tool for creating texture in landscapes actually. You can use it with acrylic and watercolor. It works really well if you mix some acrylic medium paste in to give it a little bit of texture. So you can mix some acrylic with your paste and then saran wrap and create those ridges and waves on your mountaintops and your water. And of course it works with watercolor.
And I want to show you something else too. You can also add salt.
And I too, I think these just don't have a lot of memory. They're super old.
Salt will kind of resist the water color and it creates this kind of like crystally snowflake. Do you want some
I don't
salt
think
too?
it's going to matter. I think it's the internet. I think it's going to go out regardless of where the colors are.
Okay, now you're all right, put the yeah. Still put salt. And we have more paper, so you can do more. I just kind of wanted to use the
Oh, we got two that are watching. Yay! Hi.
It's the art internet, but we see that's very interesting. I like that. You kind of.
We'll just let it decide, and I'll get you another sheet of paper, and we'll...
Oh, there's another one here. I don't know.
No, leave it till it dries. And then we'll do another piece of
stretch it, yeah. And I'm gonna leave it and put it aside. Because you want it to dry, because it's gonna kind of capture the paint, the plastic wrap will capture the paint and make all those really neat patterns. So I'll put it aside. And then, for those who came in a little late, I maybe you missed my, so this is essentially like it, what could happen. After you take off the plastic wrap, once it's fully dry, it will create tons of randomness. Okay, are you done? Okay, so once you feel, you got your saran wrap, you did a lot of, you did your scrunching, you just put it aside and we'll forget about it. So,
Okay. I'm ready for my next paper.
where's this one?
So we're going to repeat the same routine, but maybe different colors. It's the, you want to put the salt. Even though you don't have to dry, it has to be like right now. Are you going to put salt in here?
No.
Okay, okay. I'm done. So is this, with the next one we're going to do? And
We'll just go ahead and, for your next paper, we'll just go ahead and tape it to the table. That'll make it a little easier. Oh, you got it. Piece of paper, and I'll show you guys some more stuff you can do to play around with.
Can we do the salt?
Take all the edges down. I'll leave some paper here.
where's the state from?
And just
Yeah, that's,
if you want me, I can build it aside and show you what you're saying.
and these.
Oh, wait for it to dry. Oh, scrunch it up a bit. Yeah. And then we'll set it in its made dry. And then we just glue. And that will make the effect more dramatic. Yes. It'll be kind of like tearing the box. So just be sure to, take it down.
Recording in progress.
Hello.
Kat, is there a technique where you can watercolor the saran wrap itself? and
You
press
could- you
it
could try.
onto the-
We could try that. Yeah, you can totally try that. I haven't done it personally.
Oh, I haven't done it either. I was just wondering if that's a technique.
Yeah, because they'll probably, I don't know.
I don't know how well the watercolor sticks to the saran wrap.
Yeah. I should probably take this down. I'll be alright. I want to quickly.
Have y'all ever used alcohol with your watercolor?
No.
could be a
real
possibility,
quick.
but it might not flow as well then. You could do that. You could try that with what they call a paint pour.
And I also brought some salt. The salt is coming around.
To liquidy, because I'm sure you've seen those paint pouring videos before on YouTube where they mix it in acrylics and then they just pour it over the canvas and sort it around. And those are really interesting. With watercolor, I think we might need to maybe include some oil to separate the colors a little bit. I have seen that done. Yeah.
Whichever. This has more different colors. And once again, lots of them.
So if you can look over there, this is some alcohol. And I'm going to just use this wonderful adhesive. So you can just drop it. And it like pushes the paint away and it makes it really. Yeah, this sounds cool. So this is another option you can play with. We're just using Q-tips, just soaking it into the alcohol and then kind of tapping it and letting it drop onto the paint. It makes a really neat effect. It makes it kind of just like so you can use the alcohol and you can use the salt and the plastic wrap and just kind of experiment, you know, see what happens. This is just about kind of letting go and just playing with the paint and the colors. And then also at the end, once it's dry, you can draw on top of your watercolor. You know, as well as you like you can find like pictures in it with pen or colored pencil. And it's just another way to like kind of brainstorm or it could be its own, you know, artwork in itself.
It's got
I
a
see fish a lot. I don't know why. I always see fishes and stuff.
as the plastic.
And then she put it on the, you can't see it right now, but she put it on the watercolor and gave it like some cells. Gave it like a cell. So it separated the watercolor from the salt. So you can use that to get cells in the watercolor as well.
The more little splatters, the more tiny little like pearl drops. Those look like they're little bubbles kind of opening up. Like if you think about water or something and it really can like bubbles. Yes, it does the same thing.
Does anyone have the salt? Salt?
It makes it like, yeah.
Will you ask them to pass it?
Salt.
At the dinner table. Steve, did you see the salt? I mean the alcohol drop?
That would be good.
I think you'll
Is there some?
get you guys a cup going.
can already see the interesting textures at the salt. And then as Kat said earlier, once this totally dries, you can always layer on top of it with ink drawings or marker or even acrylic.
Let me go get that alcohol.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying that. Do I put the alcohol before too, or no? It doesn't do the same thing?
It might, but it's kind of more fun to do it after.
Okay, got it, got
You
it.
want to do it?
No,
All you
I
do
want to see how you do it.
is soak it up, or I like to use like a dropper. It's fun to find a nice wet spot. May I have one of those alcohol, please?
I have one here.
Oh, never mind, I got it.
It's like so much.
See how it kind of pushes the these little areas.
So I can pencil back and we'll put more color if I want.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
I can still put in this. Okay.
Have sponges if you guys
Looks like we got ourselves a production line here. It's pretty cool.
sunflowers. I see sunflowers in the sky. Grab And also, of course, in addition to spraying, you can just use your big wide brush and just kind of brush across your paper to pre-wet it, so it makes it a little easier for your paints to flow. Because, of course, the vehicle for watercolor is, of course, water and acrylic paint. And as like we're discussing, like acrylic paint and watercolor can behave similarly. You can use acrylic paint in almost like watercolor. You can use the alcohol with acrylic paint as well. But you got to make sure the acrylic paint is pretty, not thick. It's got to be pretty like diluted and watered down. So, or the alcohol won't, do this little effect where it pushes it away like it does with the watercolor. So something to keep in mind. Yeah, it can't be like super thick. So I'm just gonna kind of play around and do a little, kind of a quick overview of the techniques. And try to do a little blotting as well. And then you take my paper down. So. Just kind of add really super dark colors so they show up. You can use. Oh yeah, put the plastic wrap on. drying. Like a little bit of the plastic, you know, and you don't have to cover your whole page. Do you want some salts?
I'm gonna see you how you go about
Oh, there's this.
And then not yet. It takes a long time. Or put it out in the sun.
Yeah.
No, outside. It's hot.
I know, right? It is.
And this way, increases it. Really nicely.
That's good. We're ready.
And I have some of these, you know, sponges too, and you can kind of dip and play with them and create a texture. And you could also, if you put like lots of washes of color, you know, play with them, you kind of blend and blot them. So at an ink sponge, it's like so many different, you know, textures. You can, you know, turn it over. One side will be completely different.
Right now, we're just recording everybody kind of doing their thing. If you all, whoever's online, wants to take a 15-20-minute break and then come back, hopefully by then some of the paintings will be dried, and then you can see the finished results of the dry paintings. If you have any questions, though, you can ask any questions if you'd like, and right here, come back to them. We'll keep the feed running so you can just see what it's like, how everybody works. The
is outside and
Okay.
speed it up so we can.
Sure, sounds great. Mine's probably good enough.
Have is there a website? Is there a website that we can donate?
Is a website? Yes, there's a website you can donate.
Okay.
Under the big gift.
The big gift?
Yeah. Thanks. So here's my saran wrap from earlier. And it's not 100% dry. You can still see it's kind of shiny, but I think it's, you know, kind of getting impatient. Let's see. Should I go ahead and see? I mean, I should wait a little longer, but I can kind of. But I'll show you guys how it's looking so far. You can kind of see like what it's gonna look like. Others can kind of see it for a while. And it's usually best to kind of leave it.
Well, they're already on. Oh, it's even to Facebook?